Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Once again, it's welcome to the cricket show, cricket happenings on this weekend. Uh, what I have for you today on this cricket show, one is in the week we saw one of the West Indian powerhouse all-rounders, Kieron Pollard, announcing a surprising retirement from international cricket. So I'm going to talk about that man, Kieron Pollard, and also Tata IPL 2022. Gujrat Titans went on to the top of the IPL table once again. Hardik Pandya playing a wonderful knock of 69, taking the onus upon him as a captain and defending a lower score that was done. Basically, this was the lowest ever score defended. And also, one has to admire Hardik Pandya, who actually threw the principle to the winds, where the team that was winning the toss was basically inserting the opposition, but he decided to do it in a different way, and he dared the team KKR to challenge him by actually batting first. But yes, there was definitely a struggle, but look at the outcome there: 156 for 9, defended by the Gujrat Titans, and they were kept to 148 for 8, and it was an 8-wicket victory at the DY Patil Stadium in Mumbai. So that was the first match. And the second match, where there were a lot of expectations, I was looking out for the young pace bowler Umran Malik against Virat Kohli, which never happened. And the reason it didn't happen is because Marco Jansen had this RCB innings in a real spin, one could call, as they were totally shattered today, as the Sunrisers Hyderabad registered a crushing 9-wicket victory over the RCB, and the RCB looked like a bunch of pigeons, one could call, as they were bowled out for just 69 runs. But definitely good. The wicket was good, but I thought it was some wonderful swing bowling from Marco Hansen and Natarajan. And Umran Malik, once again showing the pace that he's known for. So these are the things I'm going to look at. And also, we had a fracas yesterday when Roman Powell, after hitting the third six, there was a real fracas, one could call, because what happened was one thought that the ball was over the waist. It should have been declared a no ball. The umpire did not do it. Even though they didn't win the match, Rajasthan Royals went on to win the match. But definitely the Delhi Capitals, Rishabh Pant, was not happy with it. Praveen Amre was told to go out. So we will have a small discussion on that as well. So I will be going by turn by turn. So first I'm going to talk about Kieron Pollard's retirement. Now that has come out of the blue. One would have never expected. Now for me, I know this man has he has done yeoman service to West Indian cricket and international cricket, and he has been the white ball specialist. He has never, ever played a test match. Can you believe it? Looking at his, I will come to that. So first, let us talk about his retirement. Now, one thing that really, really surprised me, friends and subscribers, is the fact that why would Kieron Pollard announce his retirement in India rather than his home country? I mean, he could have gone in a blaze of glory in the West Indies by announcing his retirement, probably playing the last series or so, and probably announcing his retirement. So for me, the timing seems to be a bit odd, and I'm really questioning it right now as a host of this show, because I really would like to know as to why Kieron Pollard announced his retirement in India in the IPL and not in the West Indies. So for me, it is a real question mark there. But what a player Kieron Pollard has been. I mean, as I said, he has never played a test match. He has entertained the world cricket fans all over. I'm sure he has hordes of cricket fans, not only in West Indies, all over the cricketing world. He has been a tremendous influence on the West Indies team. He has been a part of the World Cup team, winning team. And his presence itself is such an imposing presence, tall and a sort of a burly guy, His batting is something which is he gives 100%, and the way he actually whacks the ballers, that you have to take shelter in the stadium when the ball sails into the crowd. Such is the power that he generates from the bat, and this man won't be seen in international colors again. But what a career he has had. We'll talk about that. But also Kieron Pollard, as I said, he was a powerhouse all-rounder. It was not only about the batting. Look at his bowling. I mean, bowling, he was a very useful medium-paced all-rounder, and he used to do a good job in the white ball scheme of cricket. And also his fielding. And fielding was a major plus for him. I mean, you can put him anywhere. You put him in the deep, you put him at any position. And Kieron Pollard, you can't risk. You can't go. The opposition batsman can't even dare to risk when the ball is with Kieron Pollard. Such is his dynamic presence that has been felt in the West Indies team and in the world over. Let's have a look at his statistics here. ODI, 123 matches played by him in ODIs. His highest score was 119. He scored 2,706 runs. If you look at his average, that's not very imposing. Yes, his strike rate is imposing, 94.41. His average is 26.01. He had 3 centuries, 13 50s in that. And also T20 matches, 101 matches. His strike rate was 135.14. And he also has the proud privilege, just not recently, but probably last year, where he cracked Akila Dhananjaya of Sri Lanka for 6 sixes in a single over. And he has played the T20 form. And also look at his bowling. ODI, he captured 55 wickets, his best being 3 for 27. T20s, he had 650s he scored. And he also has scored, after Chris Gale, he's the one who has scored the maximum number of sixes. So he's inching towards his 106 in the Indian Premier League, internationally. So if he gets it, that will also add up to that. Bowling, he took 55 wickets in 123 matches, the best being 3 for 27. In T20, he took 42 wickets, 4 for 25. But as I said, this bloke has been a big draw card as far as international cricket is concerned. He played not only for the West Indies, he played in the Pakistan Super League, he's playing for the Tata IPL, he played in the Bangladesh Cricket League, he played for the Australians as well. I think the Big Bash he played as well, Melbourne Renegades. And as I said, he also came to Canada to play in the tournament in Toronto. So definitely he has been a sort of a super imposing figure for the West Indies in the cricket, in the history of cricket. And I think it's very sad that he has decided to hang up his boots in international cricket, which has really come as a surprise for me. As I said, I think the West Indies cricket fans would have been very happy if he had actually hung up his boots in the West Indies. But nevertheless, I can only feel one thing about Kieron Pollard here. He has been having a lot of tiffs with the West Indies Cricket Board in the past. As you know, he was dropped, came back, but he's captaining the side now. So that is going to leave a big void, according to me. This West Indies team, and for me, another thing that I'm questioning about Kieron Pollard, as I talk to you about the timing, why has he retired right now? We all know that Kieron Pollard was definitely going to play. I mean, he's someone who's already, I mean, he's the one who was going to lead the team for West Indies in the T20 World Cup coming up in Australia in the month of October, November. And now I have to say, because this man, as I said, makes a huge difference. And with this man not being at the helm, I'm sorry to say, West Indies cricket is looking poorer. I'm not giving any chance to the West Indies in the upcoming T20 World Cup, because Kieron Pollard, to me, was a big ace in the pack for the West Indies. Well, Kieron Pollard, I really salute you for all the human cricket that you have served world cricket. You have been a thorough entertainer, and it has been an absolute pleasure watching you bat or bowl or field. You have been having a superimposing presence as far as international cricket is concerned. Take a bow, Kieron Pollard. Now, the next thing that I'm going to look at, we are going to look at an incident that happened yesterday. It was a match, I think it was Rajasthan Royals were taking on the Delhi Capitals. 36 runs required of the final over. Obed McCoy was the bowler. He had been slammed for 2 sixes by Roman Powell, his countryman. And the third one was also sent soaring into the skies for another 6. But it was questioned because the umpire had not ruled it a no ball, and there was no signal from the umpire, and it really became a big incident. It left the Delhi Capitals absolutely infuriated because there were 36 runs to get. 18 runs were already scored, and the Delhi Capitals captain Rishabh Pant was in the dugout, and he actually was going to call his troops over. In fact, he had already called his troops over, and also this was and then Praveen Amre, the assistant coach, because Ricky Ponting was, as you know, he's been quarantining because of his family having COVID. It was really, I think it was not in the fitness of things. Rishabh Pant did it in the heat of the moment, I thought, and he has been fined 100% of the match fee. Shardul Thakur has been fined. There's also a fine for the Praveen Amre because I was just wondering as to when the captain is there, how could the coach, Praveen Amre, on the instructions of Rishabh Pant, walk into a cricket pitch? The commentators were telling it's an absolute no-no. I totally agree with that. And we see Praveen Amre, the former player, walking into the pitch, having a word with the umpires, and that is not done. That is not cricket. I understand and the reason is that a no ball can be adjudicated. The third umpire is for a different reason, LBW or any court stuff, but not no ball. No ball has to be decided by the on-field umpires. And that really has become a big incident. It left a lot of, I would say, bad blood between both the teams. But not really. I think the spirit of cricket in IPL, if at all, I think Delhi, DC, is going to be dinged a lot of points. They're going to lose a lot of points on the spirit of cricket, no doubt about it, with this particular incident. But nevertheless, finally, it was Rajasthan Royals who won the match. It was an excellent man, Josh Butler. Third century in Tata IPL. He is looking like a man. He's the most dangerous player right now in Tata IPL 2022. Now, I'm shifting my attention here, I'm shifting my attention here to real cricket. The two matches, so it's going to be a real skimmer, I would call. The match was between Gujrat Titans taking on the Kolkata Knight Riders in the 35th match of the Tata IPL. It was played at the D.Y. Patil Stadium. And as I said, Hardik Pandya, contrary to everyone's expectations, really showed some bravado, I would say, unlike what has happened in the previous 34 matches in Tata IPL, where the team that has actually won the toss has decided to put in the opposition. But it was not the case. Hardik Pandya decided that Gujrat Titans would bat first. That shows a lot of courage from this very, very, efficient captain of Gujrat Titans, Hardik Pandya. If you look at the scorecard there, Hardik Pandya himself took the onus of scoring a lot of runs. What a knock from Hardik Pandya. 67 of 49 deliveries, 4 fours and 2 sixes in that. 27 coming from David Miller of 20, 1 4, 2 sixes. Ridhiman Saha on the top, 25 as many balls, 2 fours, 1 6. But then it was Andre Russell picking up 4 wickets in the final over, and definitely it was a collapse. So Hardik Pandya's innings was the one which lifted them to 156 for 9, which was a good thing. The final analysis, that Hardik Pandya's innings was the one which really helped. I was a bit surprised when Hardik Pandya was not given the man of the match and it went to Rashid Khan. I'm not taking any credit away from Rashid Khan for this bowling for 22 runs, but probably took the key wickets, and he also kept the runs to a real minimum. But again, for me, Hardik Pandya would have been my man of the match. As I said, not taking any credit away from Rashid Khan. Looking at the bowling there, Tim Southee did an excellent job, 3 for 24. Then we had 4 wickets for 5 runs for Andre Russell in the final over. Now, Kolkata Knight Riders were chasing 157 runs for victory. And if you look at that particular card, it was in shambles. They were really, the innings was in real shambles. They were 98 for 6 at one stage. Wickets kept on tumbling at regular intervals, even though they were dismissing. But it was the bowling of Mohammad Shami who did the double strikes by sending both the openers into the hut. Sam Billings and Sunil Narine were gone. Shreyas Iyer, what a delivery from Yash Dayal. He has shown that he's a very good bowler. Just moved the ball just slightly off the seam, and Shreyas Iyer was sucked in. He was gone for 12. Rinku Singh played a useful innings of 35, but that man, Dre Russ, was the man. Venkatesh Iyer probably guilty. He could have probably waited. You know, Andre Russell was the other side. And in fact, Shreyas Iyer had already signaled to Venkatesh Iyer saying that please play around Andre Russell and don't go for the strokes. But Venkatesh Iyer, I think his natural instinct is to play strokes. And that's the precise reason he decided to take up the bait from Rashid Khan and fell for it. But Andre Russell, what an innings. He was there till the end with, I think it was 18 runs required when Andre Russell was playing the final over. And Andre Russell, I mean, as long as Andre Russell was there, hope was there. He had hit 6 sixes and 1 4 in a knock of 48 of 25. And that wonderful catch that was taken by Ferguson of the bowling of Alzari Joseph to settle matters. And that was the end of the innings. Once this man, Andre Russ, left the scene, it was all over. An 8-wicket victory for Gujrat Titans. Hardik Pandya would have heaved a great sigh of relief when Andre Russell's wicket was taken. And the Gujrat Titans once again go on to the top of the pile in Tata IPL 2022. They are doing a marvelous job in this. They are the rookie team, and they are doing a marvelous job. Shami 2 for 20, 2 for 42. Yash Dayal, Alzari Joseph 1 for 31. Rashid Khan 2 for 22. So Rashid Khan took 2 wickets, and that was the precise reason he got the man of the match. He took the wicket of Venkatesh Iyer and Shivam Mavi. Now, this is the match. The other match that I'm going to talk about is Sunrisers versus RCB. And as I said, I was looking very eagerly for a Umran Malik against an out-of-form Virat Kohli battle, which never, ever happened. And the reason was that the Royal Challengers Bangalore were put on the back foot with a crushing 9-wicket victory for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, as the Royal Challengers Bangalore innings was totally in shambles. I would say again in shambles, because they were bowled out for just 68, and the man who did it was Marco Hansen. What a tremendous exhibition of swing bowling from this guy, Marco Hansen, moving the ball both ways. He totally broke the back of the Royal Challengers Bangalore innings right from the outset. Du Plessis was gone, bowled by Jansen for fine, absolute indaka. They're doing Faf du Plessis. Anju Rawat continued his poor form, caught Markham, bowled Hansen for 4, and Virat Kohli could not even believe it as the ball grazed his bat and Markham took the catch. He was gone for naught. Glenn Maxwell went to the bowling of Natarajan, and then there was absolutely nobody to really come there. The highest score was Suyash Prabhadesai for 15, and after that, even Dinesh Karthik, the big finisher, was dismissed for a duck today, and it was all over. 68 all out, the RCB, and it was, and I'm sure it would have been a sort of a real setback for all the spectators who had assembled at the stadium, in the 1K Stadium. Hansen's bowling figures: 4 overs, no made in 25 runs and 3 wickets. Natarajan bowling superbly: 3 overs, no made in 3 for 10. And the ball with which he dismissed, I think there was Harshal Patel. The ball that he dismissed was a superb delivery which held its line. And then Jagdishal Suchit 2 for 12. Umran Malik once again showing his pace, showing lots of control over his bowling, and picking up 1 for 13. And Umran Malik, I have to say that it's absolutely no stopping this young bloke now. He's just going on and on and on, and that is only a very, very healthy news for India. Sunrisers Hyderabad, they got off to a good start. Abhishek Sharma he was just flowing with his strokes, and one of the sixes that he hit of Mohammad Siraj, slapping him over extra cover for a 6, was an absolute beauty. And what an innings from Abhishek Sharma. I mean, he slammed 47 of 28 deliveries, 8 fours and 1 6, and each stroke that he played was a stroke which was worth talking about. Kane Williamson was not out 16 with 2 boundaries. Rahul Tripathi hit a 6 to finish off the innings. Game over. Sunrisers Hyderabad making the most of it, keeping a 9 runs run rate and finishing off the match in 8 overs, 72 for 1, game over. Siraj 2 overs for 15, Hazelwood none for 31, Harshal Patel 1 for 18, Asaranga bowled 1 over for 7, the game over, and that was not a good performance from the RCB. Again, let us talk about the wicket. The wicket, you can't blame the wicket. The wicket was a good batting track, as the commentators were telling, and also from the pitch reports, it was a matter of application. And I think one has to give credit to Marco Hansen for the way he swung the ball, which probably put a lot of doubts in the batsman's mind. And it was an absolutely wonderful exhibition of swing bowling from Marco Hansen. Dear fan subscribers, the matches on Sunday, when I come back to you on my cricket show, it will be the match between. The match that is coming up is again Mumbai Indians. All eyes on Mumbai Indians. I don't think Mumbai Indians will even have an iota of a chance now of coming for the playoffs, in my opinion, even if they win all the matches, because they had to win the Chennai Super Kings match if they did not. But now they are pitted against the LSG, the Lucknow Super Giants, led by Captain Rahul. And I think for Mumbai now it is only a matter of solace, probably saving face, I would say, of getting one victory at least in the IPL. So they have been reduced to that in this particular IPL, unfortunately. And as a proud Mumbaite, I would say, I'm really aggrieved about it. But definitely, I can only wish good luck to my team, Mumbai Indians. As far as the other match is concerned, which is coming up, Delhi Capitals, I think, will be on focus. I'm just trying to see which is the team that will be playing tomorrow. I'm just going to come back to you, dear fans, and tell you which team will be playing tomorrow. I'm just trying to see that the other match that is coming up tomorrow. The matches that are coming up will be just trying to say it, sir. Say it here, and I'm going to tell you right away. One more news that I would like to share here is that South Africa, after the IPL is over, are going to play a T20 series against India starting on June 9th. And I think this will be a real dress rehearsal for the T20 World Cup coming up in Australia. South Africa will be playing against India in a 5-match T20 series. So I'm just looking at the next match which is coming up. So I think tomorrow I have a feeling there's only one match. I can be wrong. But nevertheless, as of now, I know that is one match which is going to be played tomorrow. It's Mumbai Indians taking on the LSG, as I said. Well, dear fans and subscribers, as I said, always it has been a real pleasure coming and talking to you on this Cricket Happening show, and looking forward to your company once again tomorrow. That's on a Sunday on the Cricket Happening show. Until such time, I see you folks. It's your host Ram saying goodbye. Thank you.